Hello, it's your neighborhood realtor here, Warren Mead, and I am in the beautiful DuBois Park area in San Francisco, about to do an interview with two different people, both of which are my clients, and they're about to close on a beautiful 4-unit apartment building which they occupy here in the DuBois Park area. So this is going to be fun and exciting and very interesting. So stay tuned. All right. All right, we are here. I'm here with Tom Hubbard. I wanted to start this with a little bit of history. So I've known Tom for over 20 years. And when we met when we were 10,
Mm-hmm.
and,
Five. I think it was five. Yeah.
and so when I moved to California, and I think when Tom moved, same thing. One of the things that really stood out to me was that almost everybody had moved here from somewhere else, and there were very few people who actually were from the Bay Area or California. And it was the exception. It was like, oh wow, you're actually from here. Where as opposed to where I came from, everybody was from my hometown and the area I was from, and anybody from outside the area was the exception, and very interesting. And oh my gosh, where are you from? Wow. And so that said, there's a reason for that, and there's a reason for me and Tom and other people to come here. I'm a realtor here, and I absolutely love the Bay Area. I love talking about it. I like being in it. And so I thought, because I know Tom and I know how interesting he is, and he's got a great story, that maybe we could share some of that and talk about like what brought you to California, and what have you been doing, and all that stuff. So yeah, like I remember meeting you shortly after you came here, I think.
Yep. Yeah, I had moved here maybe about 6 months, and I was living in a dining room on Nob Hill, somebody's dining room for $900 a month or something.
Okay, yeah. Because
So
I met you when you were in Polk Gulch, remember?
Polk Gulch.
Yeah.
So Nob Hill.
Yeah.
Right. So coming to California, I think it's interesting you say everyone here is from somewhere else, and it's one of those places where that's true. I think California is one of those places. So, I think the whole U.S. used to be that way. Like in the fairy tales it says, and then the prince went off to seek his fortune, and the whole U.S. was like that, and I think that California, or at least the modern day U.S., California is still one of those places where that's true. And I had a very conservative upbringing, so I'd never heard anything about really California, and I thought about San Francisco, and I only knew about the tourist stuff, like, the earthquake, crabs, that kind of stuff. Alcatraz, yeah. So some friends of mine they were coming to a conference out here, and I had some frequent flyer points I had to burn on Southwest, and we took off and we came to San Francisco, and I just thought, where have you been all my life? Like just the city, the culture, the good and the bad of the people. Like I was, I met some unsavory characters the moment I stepped off that bus.
When you're exposed to all of these different types of people and all these different backgrounds and philosophies on life, it tends to, one, open up our minds a little bit more to see other people's perspectives. And also, there's never a boring day. Right? Because there's always somebody different. There's always someone to challenge us. It's not easy. I love living in this multicultural area.
Yes.
It doesn't mean it's easy, but it's worth it to me, right? I love it.
Yeah, the game is harder here.
Yes.
Right? You're constant, and especially since it's so transient, like you're constantly having to make friends.
Yes.
You just don't get to keep your same friend. You're like, I don't know how the hell we stay
Right,
together. You moved to Oakland, so I'm surprised I ever see you.
I know.
But we keep in contact.
Exactly.
So Oakland's gorgeous too.
We
It's
meet
just,
in
it's
the
a
Grand
different
Canyon.
kind of gorgeous. Yeah.
We meet in the Grand Canyon.
We went to the Grand
Burning
Canyon.
Man and other.
All of that. All of that. And so that's why I tell people, like, I think you described it really well. It's like you get here and there's like assumptions I didn't know I had. Yeah. And it's not until I met people, and there's people and cultures I didn't know existed, and I thought I was very educated, So all that blending just gives a new creation of flavors that don't exist anywhere else. There's there's 3 international airports here. Like we're always going some places. Other people are coming in, and so the overwhelmed with opportunity isn't just about jobs and money, which is certainly here, because there's a lot of visionaries that come here and get created here. But I think just the lifestyle can be kind of overwhelming.
Yeah,
And you need a vacation from your life.
You do. So what were you doing when you first moved here for work? I can't remember.
Well, I think, talk about anchoring, the very first thing I did is I got a job with a nice conservative bank. Because at the time, and kind of it's still true, but .com was white hot. I knew nothing about .com.
Yep.
I was working in insurance, life insurance, administration. But I got out here. You could find a job standing still on the street. You could not find a place to live. And that's why I was living in somebody's dining room.
Yes.
But I had a nice solid job at this bank.
Yes.
And I took the streetcar to and from work, the actual cable car,
Oh,
which
nice.
was awesome for a new person.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
after
yeah,
about
yeah.
6 months, and I'm like, well, this is kind of cold, About the time it wore off is when I found an apartment.
It is fun though, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
really
it
fun.
was
I
super.
like
I'm in so many people's vacation photographs,
Yeah.
But then, I moved on to other things. Then Burning Man happened. So then I did a theme. Burning Man was around before me, but I stumbled into Burning Man. And then, I started a theme camp, and then we went to Burning Man.
That was fantastic.
yeah.
That's the thing, that all leads back to the opportunities that this area provides us
Right.
to experience life in different ways as over time, right? Like Burning Man completely changed my perspective, right? When I first moved here, someone talked me into going to Glide. I was not a churchgoer. I was afraid of church when I got here because of, my experiences in the South.
Yes.
And I was just really, I couldn't believe it, how awesome it was. And the singing and the love that was flowing around the room.
Yeah.
So all
Elsie, do
these-
you remember Elsie singing?
Yes.
Like you could just see her voice crystal clear.
Yeah. No. So yeah, like Burning Man, the same thing. And I feel like, Tom, we've experienced a lot of the same things together.
Yeah.
Which is why I really love our friendship.
Yeah.
We did Burning Man. You guys got me to go there. You also got me to go to the Grand Canyon for the first time. Which
That wasn't hard.
It wasn't hard to get me at all, but it was a life-changing experience, and I had to go again. And
Now
I'm
you're a
gonna
river
go
rat.
again.
You're a
now I'm a
canyon
river
rat,
rat.
yeah.
Exactly.
Wrapping back to what you said in the first place, I think the spirit of the life that exists here, which is difficult to see from outside. It can look completely different from the outside.
And it can
than
look
what
crazy and
looks like.
wacky and unreal.
Yeah, which kind of it is.
Yeah.
But then when you get here, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
and then you get into it. Yeah. I think it's largely because of what you said in the first place, is that most of the people here came here voluntarily.
Yes.
We chose to come here. It's a chosen family, it's a chosen city. And so I think the people that are coming here are already coming with the attitude that they're ready to try something new.
Yeah.
And so the energy just kicks up from there. And
I mean, that's probably why so many startups happen here,
Yeah.
right? There's always something new being developed out of the Bay Area and
Yeah.
Silicon Valley, and it all comes back to that.
something crazy,
Yeah.
but one of them catches on.
Yes.
Yes,
Exactly. Well, thank you so much, Tom. This was a pleasure, and we're going to have to do this again.
Yeah.